I hope you're having a great Monday afternoon. I have to tell you, it's been wild and crazy up here. Everything that I have seen going on in the news, my heart goes out to everybody out there. I am truly happy to be an expat right now. Let me just tweet out, let's talk stocks. I know that there have been a lot of people that have left Twitter as well. I do have my handles up down below if you can see it. They are right here. So it's Airplane Jane for Twitter, Facebook, Sugar Airplane Jane, and Instagram at Miss Airplane Jane. I will be adding a me on there, or MeWe, or whatever it is, brand new to it as of this week. So I'll be adding that on as well. So please check that out as well. All right, we're going to talk about a SPY, Apple, Tesla. We're going to look at GM. GM performed nicely today. We're going to look at VXX. We're going to look at NIO and more. All right, so we will likely see Mark here in just a second. Mark Cherry, he is also in the training pit as well. So let me jump on right here. Training pit. Whoop, la la. All right. So I've got the chat there. Good morning, Michael. How are you? Are you having an amazing day so far? I did enjoy my yoga this morning. I have to edit the thumbnail and everything. It was really busy. Was teaching a student right at 9:15. So did my yoga, did my watch list, lives. You like that today, Asif? It was good, huh? A lot of hip opening. Very nice stuff. So let's bring up the charts. So right now, checking out the SPY on the 5-minute chart. You guys know I do really watch it on 5 minutes as well as the 24-hour. Let me pull this over here. We will adjust all of this. Been watching silver as well, 24 hours. I'll turn off my camera and my pivots over here. And we'll clean it up a little bit. Also turn off the volume weighted, not volume weighted, but volume session profile right there. So this morning I was working with someone on the SPY. Hey, we saw this big block of price action that was trading right here. And watching, hey, we went outside of this very steep channel to the upside, upward channel. So hey, that's a potential profit taking spot. Come back down, watch it test the lower bounds today, and then not necessarily today, and then bounce up. When we look at seasonality for the SPY, the indexes, we tend to have a bit of a drawdown. So the fact that we've launched higher and potentially coming back down, not an issue. I would really watch the 372 level and 364 level. I would watch those two levels, 370 as well, right up here, to see if we close below that 370, 372. When it pulls back down, potential target down here, 364. Right now, craziness that's going on, right? I don't know about you guys, but I feel the energy in the market. I feel the energy in the news or lack thereof, not hearing from Trump at all, and starting to potentially see that reflected in the charts. We did start breaking down from this upward wedge here on the Qs. Would watch the level of 306.87. We might use that as a target. It looks as if we've been riding up the hill. However, now we're starting to set more lows, right? We have this trend line right here. Potentially, we're going to come back down to 306.59. It's a bit more of a megaphone there than the upward wedge that we were in. Thank you, Mark. I did give you a shout out as well, saying did it take a long time for that tweet to reach you? Again, I am on MeWe, just Jane Galena on MeWe, if you guys want to follow me over there. I'm not sure if anything is going to be shutting down. If YouTube shuts down, I will be resourceful. I'm always resourceful, so I'll find something. IWM seems to be taking some strength away from the Qs, and that's not abnormal. Sometimes we'll see that rotation go into the Qs as well. We're up at that upper bound for the channel here today. If we scream higher, maybe a target of 211.30, and then would look for a retracement back down to roughly 203.50 for a support area. Hey, John. Welcome. And then we have Dow Jones as well. So Dow Jones, we have this big block right here. We shot up. Again, we have a bit of a megaphone set up. Potentially we'll come back down to that 302 level, maybe a little bit higher, 303.50, test the support. So keep it on watch. That would be 6 points or 2%. If we do drop lower, if we came back 10%, that would put us roughly at 280. So keep that all in watch, right? Let's look at it. You went on YouTube today at 15 past the hour. Twitter is not reliable. I was late today. A little tired today, not going to lie. So let's check out silver as well. Silver is rebounding a little bit. I have my fib level here, looking for a target of silver up to 27.10. And watching to see also bouncing off the anchored VWAP that was set up back from November 6th. So I like this. We're riding this channel. We bounced off of this upward trend line here as well, sort of just consolidating, had a big drawdown as the market ripped higher. Could see that silver moves to the upside. All right, let's check out Amazon as well. Still watching Amazon. I'm out pretty much almost all of my position, looking to see if we rebound here today or if we break down lower. If we break down lower, I'm looking to likely get in roughly 2,400, a $700 drop. Took my profits again over here, and I will add back down here 27 to 2,400. That would be a nice add point. Still, my target overall is 4,400 for Amazon. However, I would prefer to buy it at a discount, right? I'm looking for those sales of stocks at the end of January. Also on my list today, first one on the list for the potential long side was TME, and it ended up pulling back. Let me delete some of these. And Bad Scientist here, I have to tell him thank you. He did donate a couple coffees to me. So, love my Nespresso coffee. I do have the link down below if you guys do like the content that I put out. First of all, please like and subscribe and turn on those notifications so you'll know when I go live. And then also, if you feel like contributing to the channel, to all the nice stuff that I do for you guys, buy me a coffee link is down below. All right, so looking here, it was really extended, came up and just sort of rolled over early in the morning, had a nice entry here, pulled back, that's right, to the 425 and used that as support. You guys can see the 425 comes into play on numerous different time frames. So looking at that, also we'll look at BABA today. It has been testing the 425, so that one is on my watch list to see if it will bounce. However, with the speculation of everything going on with China, Trump, everything, I am sitting more on the sidelines right now than really putting a lot of money in heavily. Like I said, likely the end of January. I'll be looking at getting into some other things, but I did trade GM today, so we'll talk about that as well. Plug had a nice extension off of the resistance level right here. Looks to potentially be setting up for a little bit of a head and shoulders, shoulder level, and it's not be able to break above. I'm going to steal this line. Oh, I can't put it over there, but I can put it up here. Just do this. Right here. It does have a bearish trend line right there. You guys can see. So watching to see if this will continue this downward trend for the day and drop back down. I'll tighten this up. I'd look for a break of 60.80 right here and measure 65, look $5 to the downside, right? I'd look back down to 55, pretty much to the support level right here of 55.40 if we do end up filling that gap. Hey Cleveland, yeah, we'll talk about Tesla. Happy to. All right, and TSM. So TSM, big one today. Yeah, we'll check out Fubo. All right, let's add them on here. Fubo, we already have Tesla, and I didn't put GM, and let's check out BABA too. We always look at Apple as well. Apple is not on my list here, but let's look at Apple as well. So Apple is really looking bearish. We had a print earlier today. You guys know I do follow the dark pools. Live vol, I also love flow trade. Apple had a print this morning up here. We are below that. So that's roughly almost 1 million shares of Apple, right? Pocket change at 127. We're looking at roughly $125 million probably. So looking at that, hey, that's above us. We're starting to potentially get some signs that there might be some selling coming into the market. So that's why I'm just really sitting on the sidelines. Plus, what happens if potentially the internet goes down? Do you want to be stuck in a trade? Thoughts like that have come into my head. Might wait until just after the elections as well. A little less uncertainty to start really putting on full trades again. Okay, so we also have Blink as well, was on the potential long list. The whole market is correcting a bit right now. This was up on the day. However, it was a gap up and a little quick long trade if you were fast enough to get it. But really the short trade started happening around 10:20, and we could easily come back down for a target of 47.50 down here, or even further down to 45.60. It could come all the way back down to 45 to this trend line right here. ACI, Albertsons had earnings today. Big move to the upside right as the market opened, and it shot back down again. A lot of the food sector might be getting hot as well, with potential quarantine type stuff happening again. And if retailers do have a problem receiving their food, that might drive the prices up a little bit. NIO as well today. NIO has been doing beautifully. I know Cleveland and Kyle love NIO. Today, a little bit of a sideways day. Didn't really break one way or the other, which surprises me. However, to me, when we see that we have a couple of days up at the highs up here, indecision day, bigger selling day, we're a little bit more of buying today. Where does this candlestick end up? Are we going to have a sell-off top right here, higher than normal volume? If we close below the price of 59.36, I would be looking for a reversal on NIO. Let's get rid of this box right here. BTBT is one that's bit digital. This has digital cryptocurrencies in it. Did have a nice trade. It was pre-market, dropping below. However, when the market opened right here, 11.55, a nice squeeze up to 19. You can see that this was resistance in the post-market hours yesterday. And Bit Digital is kind of like an ETF of cryptocurrencies. So one that does have different holdings in it. I am looking for that. I'm looking for the breakdown of the holdings. So once I have that, I will share that with you all as well. O was on the potential short list and a bit sideways. Had a big move to the downside, bounce. But that's why I have these different levels here, is because in the middle, it tends to be more like a traffic jam, right? When you are on a major highway, it's rush hour, it's a traffic jam. The easier trades tend to be when it breaks out, right? When there's a exit that you can get off of. That's what this is. This is that clear exit, and you're able to trade it easily one direction or the other. GSK, also on the short list today, had a nice drop down, coming down, hitting moving averages right now at the moment. The 30 and the 40 moving average at the moment are right there. That's where we bounced today. So that's interesting. BABA as well. So I put BABA on as a potential short. I don't have my 425 on over here. Let's turn it on right there. You can see for a couple of days, this has really been support. So watching this like a hawk to see if this will bounce up, here's the risk, right? If this drops down, maybe down to 220, which it did this day, I would look for 220 and then to the upside, 265. So that would be roughly $8 to the downside and $40 to the upside. Not bad risk management. But I want to see that it's really curling up. Right now the volume's dropping. There's a potential for a reversal. Yeah, I don't know. Nathan, is FUBU public or is that still private? I guess, it's private. All right. Let's look at that. We'll add TLT on here too. All right. So let's look at FUBO, right? So FUBO is breaking out nicely above that $30 mark. And look back here, we had a big box of consolidation. We had a squeeze, crazy parabolic. Today, look at how it's hitting. It hit it to a T pretty much. 5 cents off of 32.75. Is that the 30 or is that the 40? Let's look at it. It is the 30. So the 30 SMA. You guys might want to put it on there. There's a couple now. GSK and FUBO. They both hit the 30 today. So maybe you put the 30 SMA on your chart, right? If it works, use it. GM as well. GM, I got into pre-market today. Right over here, 45. I don't remember the entry. Maybe it was 45. I don't know. I got to go look back to it. And then I finished my teaching. This was breaking out. The reason why I got in was I saw, hey, this is squeezing up. It looks ready to squeeze higher and break out. Now, this also did have volume today on the dark pools. So I'm watching this to see. We have dark pool levels right over here at 675, 48.30, and 47.86 and 47.85. So are we closing above 47.85 today, above 48.20? If we close above 48.20, good chance that we continue to move to the upside. If we do not, good chance this comes back down here roughly to 42, $5 or 11%. 12% correction on that. So keeping this one on watch, definitely watch it as well. You can see the last time that it spiked up here, far extension away from the moving averages, it really came back down and we've created this trend line right here. So watching this to see, maybe it'll come just back down to 43. However, did have a great day today. All right. Oops, I don't know what I just did, but not too bad. All right, so TLT. All right, so Bad Scientist looking for TLT to hold a support of 150. You have TLT calls expiring 219 at 157. You want a 50 cents gain or one standard deviation above VWAP at 150. All right, so let's look at the 24-hour chart over here. This is not looking bullish to me right now. It might come back down to the downward trend right here and then bounce up. But how far up? I don't know. We have this 425 right here. Let's check and see if you have any prints as well. Ah, look at that. We do have some 150.28, 150.24. There is a fair number on TLT today. That's what? 1 million. Oh, we had those canceled. So 360. 690 plus almost a million. So 1.6 million, and that was 150.24, we'll call it. So if we close above 150.24, there's a chance for that to happen for you, Bad Scientist. Definitely. So check that out. Of course, that might be selling as well. So if we close below it, I don't know how long you want to hold on to this. Just a thought there. If you guys have any other stocks you want to check out, also please hit that like button so the YouTube algorithm will share it with more people. And let's look at Tesla. we didn't do Tesla for Cleveland. All right, so we've got Tesla over here. Tesla bouncing up to the upside up here, 868 over here. You can see that this really was a resistance area right here as well. ASIFM, I actually bought just a little bit of CIDM today, and I'm going to show you guys why. So I bought a little bit of CIDM, and let me see if I pull this up. Let's pull this down here. I'm going to show you why I like Shopify right now. You guys might want to look at Shopify. We'll come back to Tesla, don't worry, Cleveland. So Shopify seasonality, look at where we are, January, and look at how it tends to grow, right? It tends to grow fairly well. So you could even say, hey, I'm going to buy 120%. All right, Shopify is at 1170. Let's look at a 2230 call potentially for September. No idea what the cost is, but could hold on to that and see. That might grow exponentially for you over the next 9 months. You might want to roll it out. Maybe you just say, you know what, Jane, I'm thinking I want to buy a 60% value. So you look at maybe 1800 for May. Maybe that's a little less expensive. Just some thoughts. And CIDM was one that I bought some already when this had a crazy spike back here. I got in at 71, I think, over here, and then it shot up. I took profit and then came back, just added some more today. And the reason that I added more today is because I saw that it has a crazy seasonality for, let me see if I can just type it in, CIDM. It'll come right up. Yeah, so CIDM right here tends to really move, right? Until June. Oh, not really June. We'll look more here. Until the third week of April. So just one to look at potentially on the bigger time frame right here, that this might have a bigger move coming in the next couple of months going into April. Now, did that happen? Well, last year, let's see. If you bought in January, roughly here, then it ended up going to $6, 71 cents to $6. But let's see more realistically, 71 cents to $2.50. So this is one. We also have a bit of a rounded bottom right here. It's starting to curl. It did have a spike up in December. So looking, that would likely be a resistance level, which is over here as well. So keeping that on watch. And also SAFM. SAFM is another one that has potential for seasonality to start right now, right? So this one, let's pull this up here. It's hitting the 30 simple moving average today. I would look more for a close above 135. Look at how it's also really riding that 425. I just noticed that. So looking at SAFM, again, hey, it starts off in this week, rough 5% maybe, going into the first week of February, then a little bit sideways for February, and then surges up into the end of May. So those are two that I was looking at. I just did Stock Charts TV, and those are a couple of them that were on my daily 5 on Stock Charts. And let's come back, Cleveland, I didn't forget about you, to Tesla, right? So we've got Tesla here. Tesla's came back down, almost down to the bottom of this new wedge that's developed, and it's riding it back up. We have stronger resistance right here. Should be the shorter time frame over here. Okay, so we have stronger resistance roughly at that 868, 870 level right here. And we had sideways price action, not really sideways price action, but for Tesla, resistance of 870 And then look at how it bounced pretty much almost to the penny yesterday. I missed this. My girls are thankfully back in school. And right now, that would have been a great opportunity to get in. However, I'm looking for a bit more of a pullback. Pullback down here to 788, maybe even further back down to 754. This is really my ideal one down here. I would like it at 682. If the market corrects as potentially anticipated, I'm not going to chase this, right? I do have some of my position in here, but I am not going to chase it. Oh, you know what, Shubham? I did it pretty much right at the beginning, but we can look at NIO again really quickly. Yes, Mark, we'll look at Starbucks. So this has a bit of a reversal potentially to come with this higher volume yesterday and a bit more of a doji day today. Starbucks, let's check out Starbucks. Ooh, Starbucks a little brutal today, huh? Pulling back down, does have earnings coming up. I see that it has a bit of a consolidation box right here, right? It hasn't been able to hold up above. So I see that, right? It shot up just one day, came back down, came back up, actually even up here to 106. So this one tends to trade somewhat sideways between 102 to 106. Seeing that at the top, this might be setting up for a correction back down, right? If we look at it, where does it tend to come down to? Well, it tends to come down to, let's turn on the other moving averages. ALGN, yeah, we'll check out ALGN. All right, so it likes to come down to the 50. Maybe we'll see it pull back down to 99.57, 99.60 area from up here, and then bounce. Or maybe we'll see it come all the way back down to 94.08 right there as well for Starbucks. And let's check out ALGN, Align, it sounds like. Align Technology, yeah. So Align Technology, look at that. Look at how inexpensive it was back there and how much it has risen. So I'm seeing this right here. We have a bit of a resistance, resistance, resistance. Ah, it's flipped to be support. Would like to see that 508.60 will really hold as, excuse me, not 508.60, 545 will hold as support. If that doesn't, would look for a drop or pull back down to 533. If that happens and we continue going lower, then potentially down to the 50, down to 500 mark right there for Damien. All right, guys, have an amazing day. Carpe profit. Seize those profits one trade at a time. I'm just getting used to my new little setup here. Again, if you guys want to follow me on other social media platforms, it's right here. It's Airplane Jane, Sugar Airplane Jane, and Miss Airplane Jane. Have an amazing afternoon. Carpe profit, seize those profits one trade at a time, and I will see you all tomorrow at 12:15. Thank you for joining me.